Welcome to my channel. My name is Jenny.
Hello, Las Vegas! This last year was incredible. This last year, there's a slide coming. This is what happens when you don't practice.
At CES earlier this month, this man walked on stage in his signature leather jacket and casually announced he designed 6 revolutionary chips simultaneously, breaking every rule in Silicon Valley and leaving competitors scrambling. His company, NVIDIA, is now bigger than the GDP of Germany. But here's what nobody talks about. This company was literally 30 days from bankruptcy, twice. At the end of this video, you get to learn the 5 lessons from Jensen Huang's journey that will help you achieve your success. By the way, my name is Jenny. I'm a director at a strategy consulting firm and the business owner of an elite business community here in Tokyo. I've talked to hundreds of entrepreneurs and business leaders about their success stories in the past few years. Today, we're breaking down one of the most remarkable business stories of 21st century. So before the 5 trillion empire, we need to understand where this gets started, because Jensen Huang's original story is absolutely wild. Born in Taiwan in 1963, Jensen Huang grew up in a family chasing the American dream. His father worked at a petroleum refinery in Thailand, and his parents believed that the US would offer their sons a better future. When Jensen was just 9, they sent him and his older brother to America to live with their uncle in Washington state, hoping they'd attend good schools and build successful lives. Instead, their uncle quickly decided he didn't want to take care of 2 young boys and sent them to a strict Christian boarding school in rural Kentucky. It wasn't elite or prestigious. It served kids from low-income backgrounds and those who needed discipline and structure. Jensen became the only Asian student there. He was the youngest in his grade, his English was limited, and he was surrounded by kids far tougher than him. He shared a room with his classmates who'd never owned a toothbrush. He was bullied and often pushed into fights. This was nothing like what his parents had imagined. But here's what's remarkable. Jensen smiled through it. He learned to adapt, to hustle, to survive in an environment where he had every disadvantage. The boarding school experience explains everything about why NVIDIA operates with its company-wide motto, "We're 30 days from running out of business." Even at $5 trillion, they act like a startup, fighting for survival. We'll come back to that. Fast forward, Jensen graduated from Oregon State, gets his master from Stanford, and by 1993, he's 30 years old, working at LSI Logic designing chips. Good job, good salary. He's married to his college sweetheart, Laurie. More on that pickup line later. And they have 2 kids. Life is stable, life is safe. 2 colleagues from Sun Microsystems, Chris Milanchowski and Curtis Prim, approached Jensen with an idea: start a graphics chip company. Jensen's reaction? Nah, I'm good. Imagine that, the future CEO of a $5 trillion company turning it down because life was comfortable. But they kept pushing. So Jensen finally said, fine, let's meet at Dennis. Not a Silicon Valley hotspot, a 24-hour diner in East San Jose. Over coffee, they asked one question: what's the next revolution in computing? Their answer: 3D graphics for PC gaming. At the time, gaming was dismissed as kids' toys. But these 3 engineers saw the future: gaming as the world's biggest entertainment industry, graphics as essential to every computer. They named the company NVIDIA, Latin for envy, because they wanted to build technology the world would envy. That's what separates good entrepreneurs from legendary ones: seeing the future before it arrives. The Dennis booth now has a plaque that reads, "The birthplace of NVIDIA." Well, not bad for a $5.9 Grand Slam breakfast. They raised $20 million from Sequoia and get to work. In 1995, NVIDIA launches its first chip, the NV1. It flops hard. NVIDIA built it on curved surfaces, believing smooth graphics were the future. But the entire industry, game developers, Microsoft's DirectX, everyone used triangles. Rewriting code for NVIDIA made no sense. The NV1 failed. Jensen laid off 70% of the company, shrinking from 100 people to 30. Then Sega canceled their second chip, NV2, before launch. By the early 1997, NVIDIA had 1 month of payroll left. This is the moment that defines everything. A lot of entrepreneurs would fold here. The pressure is crushing, and he's got a family, employees counting on him, and investors watching. He took the $5 million Sega payout and bought hardware emulation tools from a bankrupt company, letting NVIDIA design chips in software, something radical at the time. With weeks of cash left, in August 1997, they launched Riva 128. Triangles, fast, affordable. They sold 1 million units in 4 months. The company is saved. And this is why NVIDIA still operates with that we're 30 days from going out of business mentality. The lesson? Survival mode unlocks innovation. When your back's against the wall, you either break through or break down. Okay, so NVIDIA now stable. They're making graphic cards for gaming, and the GeForce series is a massive hit. They even scored a $200 million deal with Microsoft for the original Xbox. Life is good, Wall Street is happy, Jensen could coast. But in 2006, he makes a decision that baffles investors and analysts. Jensen launches CUDA, turning NVIDIA GPU from gaming chips into engines for general computing. Think of it this way. A CPU is one smart chef cooking one dish at a time. A GPU is thousands of line cooks working in parallel. Jensen asks, what else need that kind of power? Science, weather, oil, biology, and AI. So NVIDIA pours billions into CUDA, giving tools away for free. Wall Street hates it. Gaming is printing money, yet Jensen keeps spending. For years, CUDA makes almost nothing. Then in 2012, 3 researchers at the University of Toronto used 2 NVIDIA gaming GPUs to train an AI model 100x faster than supercomputers. They entered ImageNet and destroyed the competition. That model was AlexNet. That moment ignited deep learning, and it ran on NVIDIA GPUs with CUDA. This is a masterclass in strategic patience. Jensen bet billions of dollars over 10 years on technology that didn't have a clear market yet. That's not luck. That's vision. Today, over 90% of AI training happens on NVIDIA GPU. So we're now in 2010s. NVIDIA has quietly been powering AI research in universities and tech labs. But most people still think them as the gaming GPU company until ChatGPT launches in November 2022. Suddenly, everyone needs NVIDIA. OpenAI, Google, Meta, Microsoft, all NVIDIA. In Silicon Valley, GPU clusters become status symbols. CEOs brag about them like Ferraris. Because AI models are exploding in size, and training them requires thousands of GPUs running for months. If you want to compete in AI, you need NVIDIA. In 2016, Jensen personally delivered the first DGX supercomputer to OpenAI. Crypto briefly sent NVIDIA stock soaring, then crashed it in 2022, cutting the price in half. But it didn't matter. They no longer needed crypto. The AI wave had arrived. $1 trillion in 2023 and nearly $3.5 trillion by the early 2025. The lesson? Focus beats diversification. NVIDIA went all in on accelerated computing for AI. One bet, all the chips on the table, and it paid off beyond everyone's wildest imagination. Let's talk about what happened at CES 2026 last week, because this is where Jensen's strategy gets very interesting. He walks on stage, leather jacket, same iconic look for 15 years, and breaks every industry rule. He launches 6 chips at once. In an industry where 1 new chip per generation is the norm, Jensen says we're doing 6. Why it matters? AI demand is growing 10x a year, but Moore's law has slowed. Physics won't save you. So Jensen redesigned the entire stack: GPU, CPU, networking, memory, all together. He calls it extreme cool design. The result? Massively more efficient AI inference in real time. Then he brings toy robots on stage, showing how NVIDIA's Omniverse trains them virtually before they ever enter the real world. This guy is in his 60s, playing with robot toys in front of thousands of people. That's confident. The lesson? When the industry says, don't change everything at once, Jensen says, watch me. Oh, and my favorite detail? So back in college, Jensen told his girlfriend Laurie that if she studied with him every Sunday, she'd get straight A's. His actual words like,
And so I walked up to her and I said, do you want to see my homework? and then I made her a promise. I said, if you do homework with me every Sunday, I promise you will get straight A's. Okay? And as a result, I had a date every Sunday. And I made her do homework all day. I was with her the whole day.
That's the most engineered pickup line I've ever heard. It worked.
They've been married over 40 years. The man turned homework into romance. He finds a way to win at everything. Look, whether you're building a startup or leading a company or just trying to understand how billion-dollar empire built, Jensen Huang's story teaches us a fundamental truth. Success isn't about avoiding failure. It's about failing forward. So from a lonely boarding school in Kentucky to near bankruptcy to a $5 trillion empire, that's the journey. If you're building something right now, drop a comment and tell me what industry you're tackling. I rate everyone. I'll see you in the next one.